if you run an agency and you're doing more than $5,000 a month with it, in this video I'm going to show you how you can take that agency, scale it to $30,000 a month with clear, precise, step-by-step, actionable steps and things that you have to focus on and things that you can't mess up with. This is not some hypothetical jargon that I'm throwing out here. This is stuff that we have learned from doing this with hundreds of our clients, doing this multiple times ourselves, and it just works. If you can't focus for 30, 40 minutes, however long this video is going to be, and you're already urging to click off another recommended video, or you're scrolling on TikTok, whatever, like just click off right now, because this is going to be stuff that you have to pay attention to. You can't just like half-ass this. It's not going to work, you know? So yeah, that's going to be what we do today. Really great video. This is something that we do predictably, step by step. We have done this hundreds of times. Works really well. So I hope you enjoy. But yeah, so to hop on this, like I said, today we're going to be talking about the surprising, almost foolproof way small agencies are quietly scaling to $30,000 a month. So most people already at this point probably know that scaling an agency to $5,000 a month isn't exactly rocket science. And when I say an agency, this pretty much goes for any service-based business. So you can run a B2B lead generation agency, a copywriting agency, e-commerce creative agency, UGC, AI automation, whatever. This is pretty much for all agencies. It's not specific to one service. This is really fundamental. And actually, it's way easier than most people even realize. You need 2 clients paying you $2,500 a month, which is not really a hard milestone to hit. But the issue is that $5,000 a month rarely is enough for most ambitious entrepreneurs, you know? Maybe even maybe in the beginning stage, if I just make $5,000 a month, that's fine for me. I'm gonna be comfortable with that. But then when you hit that mark, you realize, damn, I want more. Because if you deduct your software costs, your taxes, and other random expenses based on where you live, you'll be left with around $3,000 to $4,000 a month, you know, like if you run a 5K a month agency. You can live a nice life with that, but nothing special. So most agency owners naturally want more. $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, or even $30,000 a month, you know? And you might think, damn, getting to 5K a month was easy, so how could this be any harder? You know, I'll just do the same thing, and I'll just get more clients, and suddenly I'll be doing $30,000 a month. But what most people forget is a concept called entropy. And this is, once again, based on my own experiences of forgetting this, and also seeing all of our clients and people in our mastermind forget this, you know? In physics, entropy is the measure of disorder within a system. You know, so I know a little bit of complex language here, but just stick with me. Without constant input to maintain structure, systems naturally progress towards disorder. In an agency, entropy increases as clients are added without improving process or order. You know, you're just scaling, but you're not improving the fundamental processes or structural things in your business, you know? As systems become disorganized, your agency, entropy rises, which results in wasted energy, aka for your agency, it results in lost opportunities and higher chances of client dissatisfaction. Creating structured process is like inputting energy to counteract entropy to maintain order, you know? If you have a big stack of bricks, you have to put in energy to assemble it into a nice stack of bricks, you know? So if you just keep doing what you did to get to 5,000 a month, you'll end up scaling a big mess of headaches because you never actually put in the work to structure your agency in the right way. Your niche and offer isn't optimal, so every deal you sign, you're losing thousands of dollars in potential revenue, you know? Your funnel isn't communicating accurately what your niche wants, so you'll have to reach out to way more leads than you'd have to otherwise. And your sales process isn't efficiently optimized, so closing deals, to close deals, you end up doing way more calls than you need to do, you know? And your fulfillment and backend is disorganized mess, so even if you do get clients, they'll churn in a few months later and end up asking for a refund, you know? So pretty much everything that you do, you're just fighting an uphill battle. You could be getting 3, 4, 5, 10 times better results for the exact same work that you're doing if you just put these few things in order that I'm going to show you in this video, you know? If you don't put these things in order, yeah, you can still scale to 30,000 a month, but it's just going to be 5 to 10 times harder. It's going to take you a longer time, and you're probably never going to get there. You can probably brute force it there, but you're not going to stay there, you know? And it's not your fault. To get to 5,000 a month, the quantity of clients and variables in your business is so small that you don't need to optimize these things. You're going to have like 2, 3 clients. Like you can fucking run the most inefficient operation in the world and you can still manage those 2 clients. But when you start ramping the volume up, these things start to balloon up faster than you can notice. And that's why in this presentation, I'll show you how to set up your agency to be ready to scale to $30,000 a month and make it easier than it would have been otherwise. You know, you could probably get to $30,000 a month right now with your current setup. But I'm just going to show you the things that you can set up, the 3 things that you just do and change in your agency. And then it's going to be easier and faster. And you're more likely going to be getting there. And your profit margins are going to be higher. And it's going to be more fun, you know? And your clients are going to get better results. So, by the way, if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Leevi Eerola, and I have been in the agency game for the past 6 years. And this is me, you know? Super handsome picture. We did this we launched these super cool hats and pieces of clothing for our mastermind. So we did a quick photo shoot. This is me. I scaled my own B2B lead generation agency from $0 to $40,000 a month in 6 months, scaled it down with your consulting business to $1 million in 6 months, and now I'm running an almost 7-figure B2B growth marketing agency working with early stage startups. And the reason why I say almost 7 figures is because we are like 1 or 2 deals away from doing 7 figures, and we started this agency during summer, like 3-4 months ago. So we have scaled from 0 to 7 figures pretty fast. I've also worked with over 500 agencies and helped them scale to 10 to 120,000 a month. We've sent millions of emails, booked tens of thousands of meetings, and generated over $30 million in revenue with our team. And we also work with some of the biggest companies in our space with our agency, you know? So I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just showing you that you can listen to me and take action on this. It works. There's a lot of people saying all kinds of mumbo jumbo online. So it's really hard for you to take action or focus if you are not sure if this works. But this works, you know? So step 1, what you have to do in order to scale after you have hit 5 to 10,000 a month, you have to fix your foundations. First, in your niche and offer. In a lot of cases, you've started with your agency with a random niche you picked based on a YouTube video or just intuition. I'm gonna go work with IT companies in fucking North Carolina, you know? This is great, and at least in my experience, it is the best way to do it. But what a lot of people miss is that, especially in the beginning stages, your foundations are dynamic. Every campaign you launch, call you take, or a client you sign gives you extremely valuable information on the demands in the market. You learn what subsegments in the market resonate the best with your message, what company sizes are the best to work with, or what titles you have the highest closing rate with. You should be using this data. So many people don't use this data, which is crazy. Make your targeting and messaging more targeted towards this profile based on these insights. And the same goes for your offer. As you take sales calls and work with clients, you'll get feedback on different components of your offer. Some offer components being more valuable than others. Your fulfillment flow might change. Implementing new ways to fulfill on your process. Or you might be exploring with different pricing models and seeing different results from them. And much more. And like I said, your agency foundation should be dynamic. The chances are, when you first started your agency, you were taking a lot of guesses. You had to take a lot of guesses because you didn't know better. Just putting some shit together and seeing what works. But there are a few clients, if you see that a specific pricing model works better than your initial idea, don't keep forcing the first thing you came up with. Change it, you know? Or if you figure out a better way to deliver your service, don't keep it a secret like most people do. Embrace it, use it in your sales calls, VSLs, and messaging. Otherwise, you're leaving money on the table. A great example of this is we had this one guy in our mastermind like last year. And we told him when he was running his lead generation agency, you should probably charge based on booked calls. And he's like, okay, bet. He takes a bunch of sales calls and he's having a lot of friction with this model. It's like, no, these companies are not signing up. So we look at his sales calls, we analyze what he's doing with his prospects, and we understand, damn, this niche is actually so traditional that they would rather just keep a retainer or pay a retainer. They don't want to have a different like invoice every single month. So we told him, okay, instead of charging pay per calls, start charging retainers. And boom, immediately he starts closing deals. You know, a small change that we would have never like figured out unless we were actually listening to the market and looking at the data. You know? Example, maybe when you first started your agency, you thought, I'll start working with marketing agencies and I'll help them optimize their sales process so they'll close more deals. So you start like a sales process optimization agency. You start blasting to all the marketing agencies you can get your hands on and start selling them sales process optimization for $2,000 a month. You know, and your fulfillment first is that you go and you audit their current sales process. You implement them a CRM system. You create them a new sales deck. You write them a new sales call script, and then you give their sales team weekly training. You know, and you're charging $2,000 a month for this. You sign five clients, and you hit the over-glorified $10,000 a month mark. Boom, you made it. You know, most people would be happy here and think, this is fucking sick. Now I'll just sign 5 more clients, and I'll hit $20,000 a month. You know. And yes, when in theory, that is a great idea, you could probably make things way better and get their next milestone way easier, you know? But what are the odds that you figured out the most optimal offer on your first go without any data or experiences when you started out? Pretty slim, you know? So like this is the first offer that you came up with. 2K a month and you'll do this. And you just like guessed. You pretty much had to just guess because you just started out. So what, like, do you really think that this is the best thing that you can do? Like this is the best offer that you can do? Probably not, you know? So you're smart and you go look at the data you got from your first 5 clients. You know, you have worked right now with 5 clients, you have some data, you have some insights, you have some experiences. You notice that from the 5 clients, 2 clients got way better results than the others and were easier to work with. You look a bit deeper and realize that the difference these 2 clients was that they do performance marketing while 3 of your other clients do branding, web design, or social media content. So you see, okay, I have 2 clients that are fucking crushing it. They have something specific. They do performance marketing. You also look at your client results and see that even though you improve their sales process, increase their closing rates, and decrease their sales cycle through your service, their call show-up rates are still low. So based on this simple, quick analysis, damn. So you notice 2 things. Damn, I have 2 clients out of 5 that are getting way better results than the others, and damn, even though my service is working, there's still a bottleneck, show-up rates. So quick analysis, you implement 2 things or you change 2 things in your offer. First, you only start targeting marketing agencies that do performance marketing because these companies are clearly easier to get results to. Second, you add an additional feature to their service and you start building them pre-call automations and funnels to increase their show-up rates on calls, which naturally will make them even more money. You know, like you go into the company and instead of just fixing their closing rate and getting them to close more, what you also start doing is you start getting more people to join the call. So then they have more calls to close, you know? So you start making them more money. Now, because of these improvements to your offer and the client results from the 2 performance marketing agencies, you start charging $3K a month. You have some testimonials, you have an improved offer, you have a more specific niche. And also, you see that in both cases, you increase your client closing rate by 50% in 90 days. So you add a guarantee to your offer and you start saying, hey, if you don't increase your closing rate by 30% in 90 days, you don't pay, you know? So this makes your offer even more valuable. This lets you start selling money at a discount, since as long as 30% increase in closing rate is worth more than $9,000 to your client, because that is what you charge for 3 months. It's a non-risk-free investment, you know. Of course, you could make way more improvements and tweaks to your offer, but for the sake of the example, let's keep it short. But yeah, you could do like a bunch more. But do you see how you went from just selling sales process optimization for $2K a month to now selling sales process optimization and show-up rate optimization for $3K a month, and you have a sick guarantee, you know, and you have case studies. Like you're gonna be you could probably like charge $4K or $5K, and it will still work. So do you see how now it's easier for you to get to the $20K a month because you don't need as many clients, and your offer is actually better because you look at the data that you got from your clients. So then we go into the funnel and VSL. Now that you have improved your offer, it would be silly not to do the same for your funnel and your VSL. A lot of agency owners make the expensive mistake of starting their agency, slapping together an ugly landing page, and not changing it for the first year, maybe even 2 years. When you're starting, there is no point in over-optimizing your landing page. It's not a priority. But now things are different. You have data, you have case studies, you have a better offer, and you understand more about your niche than you did when starting out. So a few steps here that you should go through is first, fill out a market research sheet based on the insights you've gotten from your clients and prospects. Rewrite your video sales letter. And if you don't have a video sales letter for some fucking reason, making it. Adding your case studies and client results to your landing page, and then making it a bit prettier if it's a fucking horrible eyesore right now, you know? So first, on the market research sheet, the chances are that if you've closed a client and you have taken some sales calls, you've learned a lot more about your target audience than you realized. You first just started working with marketing agencies, you didn't know much about them, maybe a little bit, but then if you take like 10, 20, 30 discovery calls, you work with 5 of them, you do all of these things, like you know way more about marketing agencies now, and especially performance-based marketing agencies, or like performance marketing agencies than you knew before you started. The sad thing is that a lot of people have $1 million knowledge about their market, but they just don't use it, you know? For this, you can use a sheet like this, and here I have an example of a market research sheet, and it looks like this. Super simple. You pretty much just list out your niche, your target market characteristics, your current metrics, your customer pain points, customer desires, beliefs, fears, failures, blah, 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 blah. Pretty much you just list out all of these things that you know about your niche. Fucking all of these things. Extremely important, extremely high leverage. And this is exactly, by the way, the same market research worksheet that we use in our agency when we work with clients. Boom, here. Map out what your ideal, and by the way, if you want the sheet, wait, you can go look at this link. Map out what your ideal client looks like, what pains they have, what dreams they have, how have they tried to solve the issues before, and anything else that is relevant. Then you go and you write your video sales letter. If you haven't had video sales letter until this point, now is time to make one. Use the data you have on your market research sheet to accurately describe your prospects' current pains and past failures. Explain through your mechanism and show how they can achieve their dreams and goals using it, and also explain through your past client results, your offer, your guarantee, and everything else. Don't drop the price on the VSL because prospects won't have enough of trust in you yet to understand the value of your offer. But just record a video where you go through all these things. Hey, my name is John. I worked with 2 performance marketing agencies last month and I got them these results. I will help you increase your closing rate and show up rates. This is the process that I use. This is how it works. If you work with me, this is what I do for you. Book a call if you want to learn more. Boom. Funnel. I'm a huge fan of the saying, ugly funnel, pretty profits, even though it's a bit of a psyop by the people who sold funnel building training, you know. But we both have to admit that it's a bit of a cope as well. It's important to understand that while you can make hundreds of millions of dollars with an ugly funnel, I know a lot of people who do, having a better looking one will help you out. And most of our funnels, also the most successful funnels that we have made a lot of money with, have also been pretty fucking ugly. Not because we want to do ugly funnels, just because we can't do anything else by ourselves. And if you're doing like a fast launch, you're not going to hire a designer or something. You're just going to like do it yourself, make it a bit ugly. You can still make a lot of money with the ugly funnels. But having a better looking one will help you out. At the end of the day, we humans judge the book by its cover. That's why you dress nicely for a date or when going to a job interview. Or when recording a YouTube video, you dress into your best hoodie, Agent Velocity, you know? To make your funnel look better, you can either hire a developer or watch hella YouTube tutorials to learn. I recommend using Framer and hiring someone. Like there's really rarely any point for you to go and watch like 10 hours of YouTube videos. Because you got to start thinking like a business owner and realize that spending 10 hours watching Framer tutorials just isn't fucking worth your time. A good Framer dev will set you back $500 to $1,000 and they can make it super nice. And then you can also go and because it's built on Framer, you can still edit it later on. So you don't always have to hire them again. So do that. And on your funnel, add in your case studies, a new VSL and a new headline. No need to add any fancy gut-wrenching DR copy. Then, after you have updated your niche, your offer, your landing page, your funnel, that's like the step 1. Like if you just do that, you're gonna make fucking so much more money and going from 5,000 to 30,000 a month is gonna be a million times easier. Or not maybe a million times, but at least like 5 times easier. Second thing is adding organic lead flow multipliers, and this is huge. We have seen amazing results with this. Because as you start scaling your agency, it's good to understand the importance of your digital footprint. No matter what lead generation method you use, it will play a part in the results you get. You see, prospective buyers, they do research. When you send someone an email, call them or show up on their Facebook feed with an interesting offer, they won't just instantly book a call with you and just buy, unfortunately. They will Google your name to learn more about you. Once again, this is basic human nature. We are curious, we are skeptical, we research. Knowing this fact, we can optimize the prospect's research process and carefully craft marketing assets they run into when they Google your name. You know, like if you can decide what they see when they search you up, it's like you can have way more impact on it if they're going to book a call with you or buy with you or not. Even if these marketing assets produce you 0 extra leads directly, indirectly, they will have a big effect. You know, imagine this. There are 2 agency owners selling the same offer in the same niche, and they're both using the same lead generation mechanism. Person A, let's call person A John. John sends cold emails to 1,000 prospects. They have 0 social pressions. Prospects Google their name and fucking nothing shows up. Like maybe an old picture of them like chugging a beer out of their shoe when they were in college, you know? Shoe beer. I think that's like a thing in Australia or something. A shoe. Yeah, you're doing a shoe. If there are any Australians watching, fucking comment down on the video and tell me if you actually do that shit. It sounds pretty nice. So they do this, nothing shows up when they someone Googles their name. They book a few calls with the most curious prospects, but the prospects who need more reassurance don't book a call. Because like there's always going to be like, if there's 10 people, probably like 3 out of those 10 people, they don't care. They don't want to do research. They are curious. Boom, they just go and book a call. And then 7 out of those 10 people, they need more reassurance, you know? They need to see some research. They need to see some facts. They need to see some stuff, you know? So they book a call with these 3, but they will lose the chance to book a call with the 7 that need more research. But then person B, let's call person B Mark. Mark goes and sends the same email to 100 other prospects. These are pretty much the same prospects. They've optimized their digital footprints. Prospects Google their name, and a few well-crafted YouTube videos show up. They're active on LinkedIn, and maybe they've been on a few podcasts. It looks way better when they Google their name. They booked a few calls with the most curious prospects. So out of the 10, they book a call with the 3. But they also book a call with the prospects who need the reassurance. And this can literally 2x the amount of calls you book to your lead generation efforts alone, which is powerful as hell. Because you only do it once, and then you never have to do it again. And this will literally 2x your results without touching the campaigns or any of that shit. So you should 100% do this, like optimize your digital footprint. There are millions of different ways to optimize your digital footprint. In my experience, when selling high-ticket B2B offers, the best 2 channels for this are YouTube and LinkedIn. Or you can go and you can buy Forbes 30 under 30 article, like a lot of these fucking guys online, and put on your LinkedIn, Forbes 30 under 30. On YouTube, you can show that you're a real person and deliver more in-depth insights on the problems you solve. And in LinkedIn, LinkedIn is just a platform that everyone checks and uses, which is, in my opinion, unfortunate because it's the fucking worst platform on earth. Even if you are not planning on becoming a full-time influencer, it's still worth it to put a few pieces of content out there for these exact reasons. It just makes you more money. So, YouTube, and I know I'm drinking out of a Stanley cup. Pretty masculine. So YouTube, when I tell someone they should make a few YouTube videos, their immediate reaction is, shit, I don't have time for that, man. Their mind is immediately goes to high production Alex Hormozy videos. They think that they have to be ultra charismatic on camera, like me, put on this fake high energy, like me. Just kidding. But if you go watch my older YouTube videos, I for sure was a bit guilty about doing this. Or build an expensive studio to record videos in, like a fucking... whatever. This is completely false. It is the same as deciding to start a business and immediately going out and renting a $20,000 a month office floor, hiring a team of 5 people, and applying for a $500,000 business loan. Just the idea of doing that sounds retarded as hell. You would never do that, And it's the same with YouTube. Remember, you're not doing this to compete with Alex Hormozy or becoming a full-time content creator. You're doing this to provide your prospects extra information. You don't need to build this great studio and get the green screens and 3 different cameras and this and that. You don't need that. Even if you don't make it into a recurring thing, it's good to have 5 to 10 videos on your channel. These videos should fit into one of these buckets. First, they should either provide useful and unique insights to your prospects on how to solve the problem you help them solve. So if you run a sales process optimization agency, you should probably talk about shit about like sales processes for like performance marketing agencies, like how to close, how to handle objections, blah, blah, blah. Or this video should showcase how you are a clear expert that can be trusted when it comes to your offer. So just videos on why you are a sales expert, sales done. And or third, they should handle an objection or limiting belief your prospects could have. So maybe your prospects think that they have to be aggressive and sleazy to be good sales guys, and that's why they don't buy your sales product optimization because they don't want that. But then you can make a video on, hey, why that's not actually true, and then they see that video and they're like, fuck, and they buy your thing. These videos should be specifically crafted to resonate with your target market, not with anyone else, When you do this correctly, it won't just improve your other lead generation results, it will turn into a lead source as well. And a great example of this is my good friend and team member, Jack Hayward. Jack Hayward is a partner in our agency, and he's also one of the best friends of mine, Jack creates extremely low production, authentic and cryptic videos on YouTube about cold email, clay, and just B2B marketing, And these videos are specifically engineered towards early stage startups because that is the niche that we work with. Even though his videos are extremely low production, they are still ranking top 3 on YouTube under the search terms our ideal prospects are searching for. So here, for example, I don't know if you can see, but let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, I can't. Fucking whatever. Here, for example, you can see if someone writes a B2B SaaS clay in the search, Jack's video comes up second. Or B2B SaaS Outbound 2024, Jack's video comes up third. Or product market fit cold email, Jack's video comes up once again third. And this is a fucking crazy cryptic video. Jack's videos are wild. If you want to see like an example of like crazy authentic videos on YouTube, like go look at what Jack's doing. It's wild. And he's booking calls from that shit. It's like crazy. Like you can see on his thumbnail here, like you have the Instantly.ai's YouTube video, like a professional, Hormozy, etc. Then you have this guy. And then I don't know if you can see this, but like on Jack's thumbnail, it just says, what the fuck? To record YouTube videos, the only thing you truly need is a camera, and a laptop webcam is fine, or you can use your iPhone, or if you are poor, you can use also your Android. A microphone, you should have this anyway. So if you are doing VSLs or sales calls, you should have like an okay microphone. You can get like a Blue Yeti from Amazon. It's like $70, completely fine microphone, or you can get this Shure SM7B. And an idea, and the idea is the most important part. Sit down, pull up Loom, and show your ideal prospects how you can help them solve their problems. Like, don't fucking overthink it. Your first videos will suck, but that's life, And a pro tip, make sure when choosing a title for a video, make it extremely specific to your target audience. This way you are not competing with all the big creators, You don't want to go out there and compete against Alex Ramos's videos and talking about business owner mistakes, Like, you want to make them niche specific. For example, if you work with performance-based marketing agencies and help them make more money by optimizing their sales process, you can make videos titled for performance marketing agencies. How this one automation will increase your revenue by 25%. And then you can show them how to implement a pre-call VSL and email sequence. Or how this TikTok advertising agency, if you work with TikTok advertising agencies, because these are performance marketing agencies, how this TikTok advertising agency doubled their closing rate in 68 days, full guide. And then you can go over a case study on how you help your client close more deals through your process. Or closing a $20,000 performance marketing deal live. And you can review a call where you close a similar deal your niche is selling. So these are all like really specific videos, and they're only going to be interesting for performance marketing agencies. And they show how you're a clear expert, you handle objections, blah, 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 blah. This way, if your prospect ever searches for similar videos on YouTube or Google, they'll come across your video, see that you're an expert, and book a call to get your help. A great example of this is if we go, YouTube cyber security cold email. I think this was like, this is a great example. Yeah, like if you go cybersecurity cold email, like super specific term. Imagine you're a cybersecurity company owner and you want to go look at like how to do cold email. Like the first video that pops up is going to be from this dude. I don't know who this dude is, but he has 172 views and 2 subscribers. And it is just, if you go watch this video, it is just a clear pitch VSL. Like a terrible thumbnail, everything. It's just a VSL, like a clear cut pitch. And that is ranking higher than Kevin O'Leary or Alex Ramos's $1 million cold email strategy or any of these things, Like here you can see like this guy has fucking 4 views and it's like ranking number 5. Like it's crazy, like because these are like niche specific. So that's why you want that shit to be niche specific, because then imagine you're working with cybersecurity companies and they go look at this shit up. Like they're going to immediately be hit with your VSL. Like you're going to book so much calls from that. It's like crazy. So yeah, don't overthink your thumbnails, edits, descriptions, SEO optimization, or any of that stuff. The 80-20 rule of life applies on YouTube as well. You'll get 80% of results just by sitting down and recording a useful video. So record like 10 and just blast them in there. And I guarantee you will see a massive improvement in your numbers, in your cold email campaigns, in your closing, everywhere, even if you change nothing else. And then LinkedIn, even though LinkedIn as a social media platform is fucking terrible in my opinion, it is unfortunately still a platform that your prospective buyers will check before buying from you. Once again, for you to benefit from this, there is no need for you to become one of those soy latte drinking victim-minded cocks that spend their working days complaining on LinkedIn about cold calling. You just need to optimize what your profile looks like when your prospect checks it out. So, a few simple steps to do this. Take a clear headshot of yourself, put your offer and social proof on the banner, explain what you do in your headline, write a brief intro of your offer and experience in summary, add your experiences to your experiences section, and add a link to your landing page and a few YouTube videos to featured section, And like an example of this is like, boom, look at this. Like a clear banner, headshot, boom, what do we do? Whatever, here actually I have like, the wrong company or the wrong logo. I have a Clay logo here for some reason. Whatever. So yeah, you do that. You write like a summary on what your company does and who you work with. Like here we have like Pipedrive, Instantly, Cialdini Institute, like pretty baller. Book a discovery call. I have some posts here. I have here like Chief Executive Officer, Finance GC, Agent Velocity, Enterprise Partner at Clay. And yeah, this is pretty much what you just need to do. Like make it look nice and make it look presentable. Also, I recommend to write a few posts or write a post or 2 every week. You can share summaries of things you talked about on YouTube videos, client results, or just overall insights valuable to your niche. Once again, don't overcomplicate this shit. So go and optimize your digital footprint. It will have a massive, massive, massive benefit. Or go and spend 10 bands on a Forbes article. That also works. Step 3, dial in your org chart and operations. And I know when I mention the word org chart, you might think, what the fuck, I am not some Fortune 5000 corporation. What do I need an org chart for? There for sure is a big misconception in the online agency space that org charts is something that only applies to big companies, and I understand it because I've made the same mistake as well. A few years ago when we were scaling to $100,000 a month the first time, we found ourselves in a situation where we had no fucking clue what was happening inside the business. We had no clear idea who to hire, what to hire them for, and what our existing team members should even be focusing on. And as you can imagine, it is fucking hard to run a company like that. It's like a mess. This led to us spending $30,000 on hiring an operations consultant, a smart and experienced dude who had built 2 agencies to 8 figures. He was an absolute stud and still is. We just don't work with him anymore, but he's a stud. He explained us how the org chart is the foundation for the whole company and how everything operational is based on it. And after seeing the power of it, no matter how small an operation we run, we always start from the org chart. If you don't know what an org chart is, in a nutshell, an org chart, aka an organizational chart, shows the structure of your business. So here's, for example, an example, like who is managing who and who is reporting to who and what kind of departments you have. So this is like a really normal agency setup. You're going to have the CEO and COO, and you might have an executive assistant to help the C-level. And you're going to have 4 departments. You're going to have the marketing, sales, fulfillment, and operations departments. Under the marketing department, all the positions that help you get more leads. Under the sales department, all the positions that help you close the leads that you generate in marketing. So account executives, aka closers, SDRs, aka appointment setters, and account managers. And then you're going to also have head of fulfillment, or the fulfillment department, which pretty much is all the positions that you need to have to get the results to your clients. And then you're going to have like the operations department, where it's all the thing like accounting, hiring, training, automations, blah, 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 blah. And when you first make this, like you are going to be in most of these things, but then you can slowly start replacing these. Like, okay, instead of me doing all of the things in marketing, I'm going to hire someone to do the deliverability. Or instead of me doing all the fulfillment, I'm going to hire someone to do clay and someone to do lead scraping. So then you cut off your fulfillment load by 50%, and then you're going to spend more time like jerking off or watching TikTok or taking hot showers. With a quick glimpse, you'll be able to tell who reports to who, which position is responsible for what, and when it's filled out, it's also easy to identify what positions you should hire for next. Because you can look at, okay, where am I spending the most amount of time, and who can I hire away from here, to like take my time off. If you build it out correctly, hiring, systemizing, and training will become a clear step-by-step process, and this way you, as the owner of the business, can focus on the high-leverage tasks and strategic thinking. If you want to learn more about org charts, I'm also going to link one of my banger org chart videos in the description, so go check that out. But yeah, do those 3 things to scale to $30,000 a month. If you don't, you're going to be absolutely fucked. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want, and thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.